Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world. It's cryptocurrency. That's right. Okay, today we're talking about, it's a bit of a difficult video to make actually, because it's talking about something I love, which is DeFi and contracts and, how they work and the reaction to it all, how to make passive income, right? Love all this kind of stuff. But also it delves into the darker side of doing what I do, which is, I guess, influencing or making videos about projects and earning from that, right? Essentially, right? So today we're talking about dapp, which I was actually in day one in 2021, like 3 years ago. Was called a dapp called Baked Beans, simple miner dapp, right, for BNB. And then recently, about 3 weeks ago, they relaunched a new contract. I guess this was their third iteration, called Baked Beans Reloaded. And it blew up very fast, and a lot of people made a lot of money. It's now 3 weeks old. It's reached that peak and then dipped down from launch, right? I got in touch with them, or well, they got in touch with me actually 2 or 3 days ago and said, would I consider covering this on my channel? If you know anything about my YouTube channel, then a lot of the videos that I do, I actually take the payment and I send it into our treasury, and then that gets paid out to our NFT holders. So I said, sure, okay, I'll cover it. What do you want me to talk about? So we do have some news about this protocol, about what's coming up with it, a token and some games which are being released, which will help their dapp. And at the same time, though, I was also contacted by a YouTuber called Holger, who I sometimes watch, and he is in a bit of a pickle because he was very into this dapp on launch, and he was doing very well with it, right? Then he noticed that some other YouTubers, it's like a YouTuber war, right? Some other YouTubers were using the contract too, making videos about it, but their behavior was not matching what they were saying they were doing on their videos. So for example, oh, I love this dapp, I'm compounding every single day, it's brilliant. But actually behind the scenes, once he looked at their wallets, because it's blockchain, everything's on chain, they were just draining it. And actually I was having a look now, and they are continuing to drain it actually. But as miners do work, the longer you drain a miner, then the less you get from it. So that's a pretty good thing about the mechanics of them. That's why I kind of like them, right? Anyway, so one particular YouTuber really didn't like the fact that Holger was calling him out, and he copyright struck him and basically got his channel pulled down and destroyed his daily income. Which is awful, right? Don't know why I'm laughing. It is awful. It's kind of, we're used to all kind of working together in the DeFi space to try and, bring more people to crypto. But then when you have characters who are, crypto is a solo sport, I'm only in it for myself, I'm going to make videos about things and then dump on all my viewers, this kind of stuff is, for me, it feels so ridiculous, because if you do watch this channel, you know that whenever I do earn refs from most of the dapps I talk about, and also payment from sponsorships for this channel, all of it goes into the treasury and then it gets paid out every month. Actually, just yesterday we had our 8th monthly payout from this channel and from our products to our community, right? So for me, it's absolutely just beyond ridiculous to hear that in 2023, we're still, actually 2024, right? We're still going through this same cycle of people falling for the wolf in sheep's clothing, essentially. So we're going to go into the controversy later at the end of this video. For now, I want to focus on the actual product and what it's got to bring, how it works, and what is coming in the future. The very short term, actually, I think the token launch is coming today. So that's something to look out for. It will be on Pink Sale. It's a fair launch pre-sale for a token. So this is the dapp in question. God, it's controversial. How can such a simple dapp cause so much drama? It's ridiculous, right? So this is the BNB reward machine called Baked Beans Reloaded. Very simple dapp. We are on the Binance Smart Chain. You take BNB, you deposit BNB into the dapp, then you get beans. The beans earn you more BNB. Once you have enough beans to claim, you can either rebake, which means to compound your beans, or you can eat your beans, which means to essentially profit, right? Is the way I understand it. They have one game already to try sustain the TVL, because of course the whole way that this works is there is a reward pool of a TVL of at the moment 1,000 100 BNB in the rewards. And this is what is used to pay out people when they claim, right? When you compound, it goes back in there. It can pay up to 8% daily on your deposit BNB. Miner contracts are very unique in the way that if there is too much claiming, then the APR drops drastically. If new money comes in, then the APR rises drastically, which therefore encourages more people to come in. There is a pretty okay referral reward on this. I believe it's 10%, and you get rewarded in more beans. So the more referral rewards you get more beans. By having more beans, it means you have a higher percentage share of the running of the contract, which means then you can get more BNB out daily from the dapp, right? That's how it works. You can check out their certic, which they just got, which is actually a huge audit to get for a mining dapp. I've never seen a mining dapp get a certic before. I think they just did it to prove a point, to be honest, because there's not much to really check on the contract on a mining dapp. It is an open source contract. You can have a look yourself. So it's a pretty bold move. I think it was basically just a statement why they got the certic. Came out then with a security score of a D because the capital is locked and there is a large degree of Ponzi-nomics to miner, right? So of course, without external revenue already running and it's just money in, money out, what else can they say? There are no huge issues with it though, no critical issues. One resolved major issue and the others are medium, minor, or informational issues. So overall pretty good. And they have 1,392 votes on this already after one day. So that's pretty good. They said, yeah, so I was talking to Kratos, who is the creator of the first one and the second one and now the third one, right? He was saying that they are going to be launching a fair launch token on Pink Sale. This is Pink Sale right here. So I've done a lot of pre-sales on Pink Sale before. We're going to go dark mode. Oh, dark mode. Thank fuck. So pre-sale, Pink Sale is a great place for pre-sales. You can see they do have some tokens that have just launched recently, which have done multiple X's. Cat with Hat just did 225X, right? So that's one that I was watching actually as it launched. It's 299X. Oh no, 225X, okay? We had some good success with Diligent Pepe a couple days ago, where that also did multiple X's after launch coming from Pink Sale. So they do have some pretty pumped tokens that come out. They also, as a way of statement, got themselves on Cointelegraph, which would also be the first ever miner to get on Cointelegraph, which is again is impressive, right? Bold statements. Of course, payment has to be made to do these kind of things. Other announcements, let me just check what I was told. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you all this, but I'm going to tell you some of it. I think I get away with. So they have up to 6 new games being developed for external revenue. They have a token that's being listed on Fair Launch that I know is on Pink Sale, right? On very, very soon. They have a fat marketing wallet. This video is part of their new marketing campaign to try and bring more users to the platform, of course, because crypto is half marketing, half, utility basically, right? They are attempting now to stabilize the TVL and they have solid community. They are onboarding more and more YouTubers. They have about 20 lined up. They've partnered with a certain celebrity. I don't want to leak who it is. And they will be getting onto a huge podcast as well in the future. So I don't want to give those information away, even though I know what they are, but I'll leave that for someone else to announce because I don't know if I'm supposed to, right? So that's baked beans, everything is going. So get into their Twitter and follow them and check out what's going on. They were just celebrating their certic 2 days ago. And today they're talking about the video arcade that's coming out with Bean Plinko, Bean Crash, Bean Roulette, and much more, which is all going to be running to build external revenue for their system, right? Big changes that they made from the original one. If you were in the original one, there are a couple changes. First one is the referral rewards. Your rewards are added. The old baked beans added to your rewards. So the more referrals you just got straight BNB. With this one, you get more beans. I ran a ROI crypto dapp about 2 years ago called The Man, and that used this as well. I didn't notice a huge difference, to be honest, in the difference between just getting the claimable token out or just getting more miners for referrals. Actually, there wasn't a huge difference. So I think it's negligible, the difference that'll make. Referral has gone down from 12.5% to 10% and 1% on rebakes of referral. So you get, because on the first one, you got 12.5% on bakes and rebakes. So if people compounded, if you told your audience to compound and then they compounded, you actually profited 10% each time. So of course you're telling people to do that. On this one, they're only getting 1%, but they still are getting paid for telling their audiences to compound. Max bakes, no max bake limit on the old one. Now the max bake was 15% of the TVL at the time. This is for a fair launch, okay? It's pretty much negligible now because the TVL is so big. Minimum bake is, there's no minimum bake now. You can put in as little BNB as you want to, right? Compounding, there's no minimum BNB to rebake. There's a 1 hour cooldown just to kind of calm down people who want to spam on that to try and hyper compound. And the dev fee has risen from 3% on the old baked beans to now 8% on this one to fund their ambitious marketing campaign, is the way I see it, right? So that's exactly how the baked beans is working and what's going on. So I was looking at the contract. You can come here, check out the contract for baked beans, and let's see how it's performed. So at the moment, there is $600,000 in this, which is 1,104 BNB. We come to the analytics, we're going to see the graph of how this is running. So I missed the launch, and then I, of course, paid attention to it when it got high. And then when I heard this controversy from Crypto Holger about what's happening to him, then that's when it really, started to dip at the same time. So it's a double bad news for the protocol. This probably sped up the draining actually on it. Now, from my experience from the original baked beans and just from being a general miner Chad, I would say that this chart is not too bad. This always happens in mining dapps. Of course, we don't know how low this dip will go now. Generally, it will last for a while, and then it will recollect itself, and then there will be another wave. If the marketing continues and people continue to get told about this and new users come in. If the marketing stops, then generally they will just slow down. The APR gets extremely low, and then they go into kind of a sleep mode until new users come. That's also why I like miners. For example, the one that I'm currently running is Polygon Land. So we've been in pretty much sleep mode with this one for about 2 months, where I stopped putting in external revenue and I stopped advertising it because I wanted to see what would happen. The yield went from 3% daily all the way down to 0.05% daily. Recently, I've started to re-inject into it, and we have seen, this is on Polygon Network, Polygon Land, right? We've seen actually now the APR is slowly going up a little bit more. So you can recover them quite easily. The contract reacts like that. We do have a new one coming out soon, Arbitrum Land, which is totally different. This is ridiculous, actually, what I've done with this one. But there's no launch date on that yet. So that one's something for the future. This one is really fun. We have castles and stuff and all that stuff. But anyway, today we're focusing on baked beans. Now, to get in, as I said, you would just come here. You would say what you want to put in. So say you want to put in 0.1 BNB. I see the contract right now dipping. So I'm going to watch and see what the marketing efforts are. If I see a lot of marketing and a lot of deposits coming into the contract through their successful marketing campaign, then I will be confident to start adding more BNB into this. But at this point, I am still carefully watching the contract, right? This is passive income dapp, risk, reward, high risk, high reward. You do not get your principal deposit back. You could lose everything. At the same time, if you are lucky, you might actually make a long-term passive income from dapps like these. This is not for everyone. I know that. And that's why, that's why the warning's over, right? So anyway, so we bake beans by adding in a BNB, and then we get 205 beans for baking this, right? So we click that. We then put it through with the old MetaMask, right? And confirm. That's pretty much it. Then all I need to do is come back tomorrow or the next day and see how much or how many BNB I have here in rewards. From that point, once I have rewards in there, here we have 0.28 BNB, right? I can either eat the beans or not. or after this cooldown's finished, I will be able to re-compound, right? Compound those beans. So eat beans, it's profit take, or compound beans. Right, let's get into the controversy, disappointing news, and all that mess. God. It's just, I really hate to talk about this, but at the same time I need to because of my conscience as a human being and knowing that it's really put a good guy in a lot of trouble, right? So this is Crypto Holger. His YouTube channel, this is a logo, right? So his channel I found is still up, right? So let's find him. Crypto Holger is here, yeah. So he has 1,700 subscribers. You can see he hasn't posted for 8 days because I think his channel has been pulled, but he still has the channel up, right? So he was talking about baked beans, recording the AMAs, these kind of things. He talks about a lot of high risk, high return DeFi, essentially, is his channel. You know, there's a place for that in crypto for sure, as always. And this was what he was wanting to speak about, right? Now there's a whole, you know, a whole rabbit hole you can go down to with high risk, high return crypto. And also there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down with influencers. So this is Crypto Gains. He also makes videos about high risk projects. I can tell you know, for example, Wiener Dog, I was paid $1,000, which went into our treasury for the SEC over here, right? This went into our treasury and we pay out. So this is a tracking of our Matic. So far we paid out 71,000 Matic or $62,000 in the past 8 months, largely funded by my channel to 855 NFT holders, total supply of 1,000 NFT, right? That's what I do with my channel. I know for a fact probably he was paid to do this, and you know, not for a fact. I'm not gonna assume anything, right? I'm just telling you what happens with me, right? Essentially, right? Here he is calling baked beans the largest scam in crypto, but before this one apparently he's a scammer because of what Crypto Holger said. And then he deleted all his other baked beans ones as well. I had Dogeverse, I was also paid for that. So I'm assuming there are a large amount of paid shill videos here. Solana was also a large paid marketing campaign. But you know, I'm not here to judge these kind of things. I don't care, right? I don't care about that. We come to the on-chain. So here is Crypto Gains, CG. When we have his general behavior. This is shocking, right? So I have already, for your convenience, I've linked the CG is Crypto Gains, and this is the baked beans contract right here. We can see he is selling and hatching. So we have a bunch of hatching from 21 days ago to 18 days ago, some hatching, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 day of compound, right? Not bad. And then the sell. The sell was probably quite large. 16 BNB. Yeah, 16 BNB. 1 BNB is $600. You do the math, right? That's 2 weeks ago while the contract was still growing. Would be back. Yeah, so contract's still coming to the heights. Everything's good. And this is the power of dapps like these, though. That's 16 BNB in one go. This is impressive, right? Then we come to HatchX, so compound, 3 compounds in three days, and then sell. And then sell, yeah, and continue to sell. So he's basically turned to full sell mode at the moment for his account. Now, that's basically where the argument came from with Crypto Holger and CG, right? Because he didn't like the fact that he's being called out for his behavior on chain when he is maybe, I didn't watch his video on it, and now it's deleted, so I don't know. But Crypto Holger sent me his videos, which I did have a look at. And they had an argument, and then because apparently Crypto Gains logo is copyrighted, he used that to just pull down Crypto Holger's channel completely, which is unfortunate, really. You guys should really get a room, talk about this, and hopefully there's a solution to it. I would love for a solution to come about this, right? Anyway, so the power of the baked beans contract or any miner contract is that initially, so when, let's go down a little bit more to the successes that this guy was having, like he made absolute bank. You know, there is admiration. This is one other part of crypto that people admire this kind of behavior and people look up to, right? He took a risk with 7 BNB, deposited in, and then immediately on the same day he was he bought in with 8 BNB and then was hatching for a good couple days, and his first sell after a buy of 8 BNB he managed to grab out 16 BNB. So he's immediate ROI on the contract after 1, 2, 3, 4 days, something like that, right? But now he's full sell. He sold 32 hours ago and he grabbed out 7 BNB. So he's still doing really well, right? Next guy, also mentioned by Crypto Holger, is this fella who is Hot Cuppa Crypto, who also TVL at all-time high. How high can it go? 6K daily income, withdrawal live, right? So he's withdrawing, and this is May 6th, so 10 days ago. and he also has some videos where he's talking about the importance of compounding on your crypto, especially in the baked beans contract. So this is Hot Cuppa Crypto right here. So Hot Cuppa, you'll see him here. He is Hot Cuppa and he's dealing with baked beans. Okay, so 8 hours ago he sold and he got, let's have a look, how is he doing? He got just 0.02 BNB. Oh, right. So his rewards are going down heavily now. He's selling continuously. There's no hatching on his end. He hasn't hatched, and he's selling a lot actually, very constantly selling multiple times a day, selling those eggs. As you can see, this is 8 sells in the past 24 hours. Each time he's selling, he's taking out. So this one 24 hours ago of a sell, 20 hours ago. We can grab this one. Another 0.06. So again, he's probably about 1 BNB a day, roughly, from this. You can see as soon as he sells, he cleverly switches it into USDT and moves it out of there, right? Straight out of the account. You know, no evidence on that. But if we go back to earlier, they get larger, right? So here's 5 BNB of a sale from Hot Cuppa. So that's where the argument spawns from, right? So we have guys like this dude and this dude, right? They are making videos and saying how you should behave in this, compound yourself, right? Compound 6 times and then eat 1 time every week so that the contract balance remains really strong. You know, it remains to pay out for more people, which is great advice. But then actually in reality, they are taking all the BNB. Right? So that's what's happening in crypto all the time with these influencers. If you expect that, you know, someone's not doing that kind of stuff, then you really haven't been in the space long enough. You're too naive. It does exist. It happens all the time. That's reality, right? So with that said, that is my first video on Baked Beans Reloaded. We will touch on this again once the token is launched, and we'll have another look in at how the TVL is behaving. Can we see the end of this first lower dip, and can we see a balance down, right? And we want the TVL to balance, and then we want the TVL to rise again. That's exactly what we want to see. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, I'd like to just put a little disclaimer here that I'm not accusing Hot Cuppa Crypto or Crypto Gains of anything. I'm just looking on chain and seeing exactly what their actions were. I didn't see their videos saying what they were doing and what they were advising their communities to do because I was too late and they already deleted those videos. So who knows what they were saying? Only those who saw it know this, right? So if you are fans of their channels and you think I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. If you think I'm right, please let me know in the comments. If you're having a good day, tell me. Tell me what you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Been Crypto Mischief. Be good to each other. And as always, don't get wrecked.